Hmm. All right, hey everyone, welcome back to Treats for the Beast again. I know I'm late again this week, sorry. Yesterday I had to go do the last of our Christmas food shopping, so it's been a bit chaotic. And today I had to do my work for Comics.one because obviously Thursday is Christmas Day, and that's usually the day I do my work for them. So yeah, I will I will be doing a newsletter next week because that'll be the day after New Year's, so that'll be fine. But there's not too much to report this week because I have been flat out uh, getting ready for Christmas, really. Sending out, I sent out a sketch card club for the first time this month. That was great. So I've got a newsletter subscriber and a sketch card club subscriber now, so that's a really great start. Oh, I do have something new actually. um, I got some new custom packaging made, so I got a huge roll of this custom packaging wrapping paper made up to wrap up to wrap up all my orders, but those strips specifically are for doing the Snail Mail Club. And actually, you can, wow, I turned out, no, I've actually got a few new things to update this week. Um, you can see the new envelopes that I got for Snail Mail Club. So they're a bit thicker and sturdier than the previous ones, and they're a nice black envelope. So Snail Mail Club will be going out in these from now on. I've got a really huge packet of them, which should last me a little while. So I'm really excited about that. I've got a few new sketch cards that I've completed that I can show you, which is great. This guy, he is up on my Etsy store now. And this guy, he's also up on Etsy. This is an old one, but it's done. And another old one, but I really like this one. Those are all up on my Etsy store now, which is going on holiday mode from today. As soon as I package up and send out my last order, which was 2 Sharknado stickers. If you haven't seen my Sharknado sticker, here it is. And you can get this little guy on my for my international viewers. You can get all of my stickers and stuff through my Threadless store. It's not as cheap as if you were able to buy them in bulk from my Etsy store in Australia, but it's print on demand and it's cheaper shipping because they're printed in America if you use my Threadless store. So there's that. Oh, print on demand. Comics.one is in the process. They're announcing soon. They've sent out a press release. So if you're a Comics.one creator, you already know about this. They've sent out a press release to comics creators on the website. They're working with Comics Wellspring to do print on demand stuff. So I'm in the process at the moment of setting up my book for print on demand. I'll probably have to finish it next week at this stage because Christmas stuff is happening from tomorrow. But double billing will be available print on demand via Comics Wellspring very soon once Comics.one launches that and I'm finished fixing up the files. So yeah, those in the States and the UK will be able to get it, you know, because it won't cost so much to ship because it'll be printed locally for you. So that's really cool. Got a new sketchbook today. I've been working on the back design and front design for my personal sketch cards. And as soon as the new waste ink pad comes for my printer, and I can hopefully get that thing back up and running. I don't think I talked about this last week, but my printer stopped working because the waste ink pad was at the end of its service life. And that was really unfortunate because I'm in the middle of getting ready for convention season for next year. So I haven't been able to use it for a few weeks now. So I contacted Epson. They told me to contact the local service place. Local service place told me that it's too expensive to do. It's going to be cheaper for me to get a new printer than to get that service done on this particular model because it doesn't have the thing that it needs to make it just plug and play. which is ridiculous. And also, I can't afford another $300 and something printer. It's like $360. And the next one up, which does have those plug and play things so that you can just swap it yourself, I don't have the money for that either. That's like another couple of $100 on top of that. So I looked it up and did some YouTubing and found out that the waste ink pad for this is in the exact same place as those next model up, actually. And I think they were pulling my leg about the amount of servicing that they have to do. And if it's, you know, to the point where I'm going to have to throw it out anyway and replace it, I may as well try to fix it. So I've ordered a new ink pad and I'm waiting for that to show up. I'm going to swap that over, and there's some software I can use to reset the ink pad counter. So I'm going to try that, and hopefully I'll be back up and running and printing next week once that's arrived. So that will be really cool. What else is new? I haven't done a lot of writing because I've been busy with Christmas stuff, but I have been working on, before the last week, the pitch and the outline for Northern Mayhem, which is my Norse horror inspired, my Norse mythology inspired horror story that I want to pitch to Invader Comics with Minerva Fox and Harry Saxon. So I'm hoping to get that outline finished in the next couple of weeks. You know, get Christmas out of the way, get back to it after New Year's, finish that outline, and hopefully find a buddy who can have a look at it for me and just tell me where to really tighten it up so that it'll look good for a pitch. Excuse me. And then that means that next up will be saving the money, so I can pay Minerva to draw the lines, give the pages to Harry and pay Harry to do the color. You know, even if I can only do one colored page, but get the rest in line art, that should still be okay for the pitch. I'll find out. And get that pitch going in the new year. It's probably still going to take most of the year to pay for all of that. I think it's going to cost me about $1,200 just for the sample pages. So, you know, that is what it is. I've got to finish tweaking the Saltwater Taffy script so that Anthony can get started on that. And that one, actually, since Anthony and I decided we're going to print it, I'll probably be able to do that for print on demand with Comics Wellspring as well, which will make Anthony's life easier because he won't necessarily have to print and staple them all himself. He can just order a batch from Comics Wellspring. But, you know, we'll see what happens with that. I've got a few new physical art pieces that are underway, a bunch of new sketch cards that are underway. Oh, I did find out about some more anthologies the other day that I need to check in with. Let me see where that was. And I can tell you the names of them, and I'll link them below. Also, excuse the fact that there's no subtitles yet. Since I was a bit late getting this ready, I just wanted to get it uploaded and to you. I will update it with a subtitle version after the Christmas break, you know, next Friday. So, give me 1 second. I've got to find this list. Where did I put it? Okay, here we go. How We Made the Moon Cry is closing soon. So if you haven't got a pitch in for that yet, that closes on the 29th of December. So I will link that one again. Dead Weight Anthology, an anthology about eating disorders. That closes on New Year's Eve. Drawn to Love is looking for stories about falling in love with through your original characters. That's January 1st. The next By Visibility anthology is looking for stories. January 11th close. King County Metro Transit is looking for stories. January 13th. Wigglebird Mailing Club, submissions for the January issue. They're looking for short comics and zines from trans and queer creators. January 15th. Iron Circus Lie Machine, that anthology is coming up. I really want to apply for that one. Because I've got some fucking thoughts and feelings about AI. So, Wild Ramp Review of Books Zine is looking for comic zines about book reviews. Not sure exactly what that means. I'll look at that one a bit more in depth. And that deadline is March 31st. So I'll probably read up on that one and talk about it a bit more in depth next week since it's got such a far deadline. Mad Cave Studios has their pitches open. Oak Tree Comics has open submissions. Fantasy Zines, Astronomica Charity Zine, an OC Zine with a celestial theme. I'll look into that one a bit more and come back to it. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Those are we've talked about most of those before now. But that is pretty much it for the new ones that I've been able to find so far. And I will have a look at some of those and report back next week in more detail about what they're all about. Geez, yeah. I think that's about it. You have until New Year's Eve to subscribe to the Snail Mail Club in order to get this month's Snail Mail package, which is all about bugs. It is the Spider-Man print, and it is the Hornet from Hollow Knight sticker, and it is a review of a new comic. No, not a review, a recommendation for a new comic, which it has bug creatures in it. It's not, that comic's not strictly about bugs, but it does have some bug creatures in it. And of course, if you join the sketch card tier of the Snail Mail Club, you will receive your choice of one of this month's sketch cards. There are 9 left to choose from because one has already been claimed. And you can check the posts to find the photo of those. And yeah, you can choose one of those. But that is up until the 31st. So that is the $10 club to get the sticker and print club, the $25 tier to get the sketch card club. And that is cheaper than buying the sketch cards off my Etsy store, which is $30 plus shipping, whereas this is $25 including shipping. Yeah, but other than that, I will see you next week after New Year's and report back with any exciting new comics news that I find or any new comics stuff that I may or may not end up with over Christmas. And happy holidays to you. See you next week.